Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine General 7 ne gavumenti ye ebigambo bigenda byongera okubafuukira buli olukedde. Abaka ba Parliament okwekalakaasa kwe baliko okw'okubanja abantu baffe namusa egenda ekula egenda etuuka ku nnyoge ekintu kigenda kyongera okunyiga ddala mu 7 era watuuse ebintu takyabitegeera bulungi yeebuuza amagezi n'obwongo Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine bw'akozesa. Tamanyi nti ensi ebadde yamukyawakyawa dda ng'ensi yamukeetakeeta dda naye nga tebannabaawo munnayuganda avaayo kumulabisa to the fullest. Kati nno ogwo omulimo President Kyagulanyi agukoze amulabisizza ebikolobero ensi ebitegedde kati bannayuganda obwongo twazuukuse ffenna tuli alert buli ekitambula ekigenda mu maaso tukiraba era tukigoberera era n'ebigenda mu maaso mu Parliament twagala abantu baffe buli omu amaaso weegali diversions nnyingi ezireeteddwa naye bannayuganda bakyalemeddeko. Kati nno General 7 byongera ebintu okumubijjira ddala buli olukya era nsaba tutaba akatambi kano omanye nti Kyagulanyi buli olukya agenda yeeyongera kuba muwanguzi.
I think some of these things you don't blame we normally say the governor basically is because of the governed. The governed are a mistake. Yeah. Ugandans are just not part of their country.
No.
So much we have given away so much. And apart from that, there is also an issue of Parliament walk away, the parliamentarians walking away. And I think, again, I've also again brought it back to the citizens. We don't need this ping pong. The citizens must rise up. We need to dissolve Parliament as citizens because that Parliament is by us. So for me, I've even waged the war on my own member of Parliament. Each of us has a member of Parliament making statements, so we just can't be wild. So when your member of Parliament makes statement like mine from Busia, we go for him, and we have zeroed on Busia, and we are speaking about him in Busia because we can't wait for the whole country to speak about this man. As people from Busia who elected this man, so we have zeroed down there. So that we must have a lot of action areas as citizens of Uganda. When your MOP speaks, don't allow James to be the one to speak for you. Me, I have now gone to Busia. I'm like, this man, how did we elect him? How did he become an MP? Because he's condemning the opposition for walking out. And he says, and he goes and puts it in Uganda. So I'm like, but we're talking about gold. We're talking about gold. Gold from Busia. I have not heard him speak about gold. So why is he speaking about the opposition in a manner that demeans the struggle of people? Anyone in Uganda who has been abducted, anyone who is missing, you people just look at the war of Israel and the Hamas. It's just because 1,700 Israelites were killed. And Israel said, you will account for even grass. And so
on that, what could Ugandans take from this? For what are the lessons to be learned between those two countries which are fighting?
It's the blood of our people. Any Ugandan citizen disappearing within Uganda, and by a Ugandan, because sometimes we normally say Museveni is a foreigner, but we are saying this is done in Uganda against Ugandans by people who claim to be Ugandans. It should not just be Christmas. It should not be a day. So as citizens, we must show pressure. We must show that we are visible. Because a hunting dog, me who comes from hunting communities, we say a hunting dog depends on the hunters. When the hunters are courageous, a hunting dog will bite a lion. If you stay behind a hunting dog is courageous. So let's look at these MPs as our hunting dogs. So if they have stood out, then the citizens must be everywhere, making noise. Nobody must be picked again in Uganda when the citizens are there. So there are several things to talk about. There are several things to discuss. I have not yet pulled out of bed because of the cold, but maybe I'll join in the middle of after I've come out and dressed thick.
That's the beauty of our online protests. You can do it in bed, you can do it wherever, you can do it on the go. I was also I read an article somewhere. Apparently, we're getting a race car, a Formula One track or something like that. Did anybody read that somewhere, or is that like another money making scheme on the way or something like that? Did you read that?
I think I've missed most of. I have been too much into the struggle.
They want to borrow some money
we're
to bet.
talking about. Then there was this issue this week. They call it
Based violence.
Yes, we're talking about gender-based violence. And you just can't talk about gender-based violence without talking about the economic situation.
Yes.
And when you look at where it is pronounced most, it's in the extremes where people are poor. Poverty will exacerbate gender violence. So as Ugandans, for me, I'm now talking about a country that has gold. A country that has gold and everyone is avoiding talk about gold.
Where does that gold go, and how comes they always under-declare the amount of gold found every year?
It is in Busia, where I come from, 12 trillion US dollar gold. And the Chinese are now in Uganda. You saw they came the other day and they gave them red carpet. The Ugandans are dancing before Chinese. They're doing everything.
Yes.
And
yes, they came to the parliament. Yes.
Go to these countries and we are thrown into refugee camps. Nobody gives us a red carpet. Instead,
they wouldn't give you a red carpet if you went over there.
We are taken as criminals. So Ugandans, something is not right with us. So there's a lot to talk about. Let me sort out my waking up in the morning, and then I'll join. I'll keep listening for now.
Thank you very much, Comrade James William Geng. I'll now give the mic to Comrade Godfrey Iga. Comrade, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ismail, Dorcas, and the blessings to everyone. Thanks for the good work, as ever. Now, I got a couple of things. There's one thing you said, some people say, oh, they are not affected by what's happening at home.
Yeah.
If you are not affected, you must be living on Mars for sure, yeah? I don't think there's anyone who isn't affected in any way, whether those in the power, because they sleep with one eye open. Yeah,
of course, yes.
In a free country, you will say what you want to say without any repercussions or being affected, because democracy is available. But at the moment, even those who think they are safe, they are not safe. But what we got to do is to make our MPs know, those who have boycotted the parliament, whether by force or that they have to, that they should stick to that point. The public expect them to do so. Now, this MP from Busia will make you cry, because I don't know what people he is representing, but people should tell him their mind. Yeah, it's very shameful, but we know this was bound to happen. The longer the struggle goes on, the more we see who is for the people and in the struggle. And this should be a welcome sign that we can get rid of them. Those who don't stand with us, I don't care who they are, and we will invest in their overthrow in any way. On the second point, which is a joyous occasion for us, is the president is dropping in on us in the UK, and I have to be there. I don't know what time I'll be, but I'll be at the airport. So
I'll see you there, comrade.
Yeah, we will be there. I thank you guys. I thank Dorcas and everyone, and our tireless leaders in the UK chapter. We treasure you and your efforts as well. And for the moment, Dr. James mentioned regarding the gold in Busia.
Yes.
The stories will begin to come out because of the gold, yeah. The usual suspects, but people have got to wake up and stand behind that. No freedom, no human rights, no gold, and no oil. Full stop. Because it does not affect us. That gold is staying underground. In fact, it's better for us at the moment because there's less money to buy ammunition, tear gas, and poison, you name it. Yeah, for the torture of our brothers and sisters, and for the long stay of this regime. So the more noise we make, and we also got to join our brothers and sisters in the north who are affected by this Balaro thing. Yeah.
Yes, I like how they're standing up to defend their land.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of videos, and I find them very courageous for the actions that they're taking. I've seen them. I think people are just coming up and they're just encroaching on their land, and I've seen some videos of them just removing those posts and things like that. And I wish everybody was that courageous because when they came to my village, literally they just put army in the village, and then that was it. We all just gave up and just ran. So
what's happening in the north now, it might be a red herring that they won't stay there, while they are preparing ground in the central region. You know the area in Ngoma, which is a cattle corridor? Once they leave that northern area, they'll be ready to camp in Ngoma with no hindrances at all because they just the people of their lands, yeah, and they now gazetted for themselves because these are generals and those in the regime who are enjoying the fruits of the carnage which they are causing, because the Bararo, those you see with guns are really keeping cattle for those in the power.
Yes, of course.
That has always been the case. Yeah? And so we should put pressure on those in power and those who are funding those in power. We should not tire and we should not keep our mouth shut. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, comrade. So now we've got our comrade Kato. Comrade Kato Kadilo, please unmute and speak to us.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm calling from Devon today. I've just come to a very beautiful countryside, and I just want to say thank you for every good work you do.
Thank you, Comrade Kato. Snora, it's nice to see you. Always nice to see you at the Ugandan embassy. How is Devon, Comrade Kato?
Oh, Devon is
it windy?
No, it's calm. It's calm today. Actually, the sun was. I think Dr. James should have come here. The sun was out.
Oh, nice. It wasn't scorching though.
No, it's not. It's so deceptive. You go out, you have to still put on your jacket, whatever, thermals, everything. So I just want to reiterate what my friend, my brother in the struggle, Iga said, and including Dr. James's. One, I think there's something wrong with us Ugandans, basically.
And Africa on the whole. Africa
exactly.
And Ugandans, yes.
Exactly. But I'm reading a book at the minute. Let me just read. And it's a book full of hope. And this is what This is what it says, a quote by the daughter of Malcolm X. It says, "No one knows when the hour of Africans' redemption," I'll put it, when Ugandans' redemption cometh. It is in the wind, it is coming. And one day, like a storm, it will be here. And one of the things I've been following, and you mentioned something about the Baralos, and kudos to the people from northern Uganda for standing up.
Yes.
And I want to say, if anything, that is going to be a spark. And because immediately they try to retaliate, it's not going to be unnoticed. Too, and again, I want to say that we need people like that who have lost fear. But the president always says,
yes,
once we lose our fear, they lose their power.
Yes.
And I think that is one thing that our Ugandans should.
That's why we should share those videos to the masses,
exactly,
so that they can see people standing up for their property, defending their property.
And one thing that I see is that we are trying to protect our jobs, protect our land, but I can give you a live testimony. One of my cousins was in the top. Well, I'm not going to mention the organization or anything, but he was one of the top guys.
Yes.
He was docile, and they kicked him out of jobs. And now he's out of job. And he's there struggling. He needs school fees for his children. He needs this and that and that and that. Because they know the truth, but they keep quiet until it hits them. And how I wish that will continue happening. And then too, I was going to say, those are the things that we have the problem of fear in our people. And they give you things, patronages, especially those in government, or let me go to the bishops, or even those in government. They're not driving their own cars, and they don't. Their cars is fueled for, is maintained for. Then the poor people are driving on these roads with potholes. And half of the time, their cars are being repaired in the garage, and the little money that they should be doing is only going on the cars.
The first thing that we would like to do is, you see those cars there, we'll auction them off, sell them, right? And then return that money into the public coffers. Because what's happening, those V8s, V6, they have free fuel on them. And if you're riding comfortably, you don't really care about the state of the road. I think I saw a video yesterday where the police are going through this massive, the water is in the road. And because they were in a big car, they were able to just do that. So I hope in a new government where the cars are just, you've seen how it is in foreign countries. You wouldn't even know that that's a government vehicle, or you wouldn't know that this is this. And now we have these new type of number plates. If you go to Uganda, there's different colors of number plates. I've never seen it anywhere else in the world. I don't know if it's like a money-making scheme or anything like that. But
it's actually, it's a way of dodging tax. Simple as that. So you can get a red number plate, and that's it. You drive and you'll not pay any tax or anything. So there we are. But talking about Formula One, and if they take it to Uganda, health and safety will
kill people. Apparently.
Okay, they will kill people because the health and safety activity, it will be out of there will be potholes. Who will repair those potholes? All those cars will die, crash. So anyway, but I'm very excited about the coming. First of all, I want to say welcome everybody who made it for the demonstrations one way or the other. That was fantastic, because the people were passing by, they listened, and I tell you, it's just making the presence of a country. And many people don't know what is happening in the country. And especially the British citizens whose money. And I'm just so thankful that the president is coming now. This time, this is the only place in the world that he has not stepped in for over 10 years.
Yes.
And to me, it's a historic moment, and it's going to come. And I tell you what, Ismail, I've lied to my boss that I'll be sick on the 29th. I'll be sick, I'll be having malaria, I'll be having diarrhea, and so I can go at the airport. So I'm not going to work. So I've told them I'll be sick. So that is how exciting it is to go and welcome.
Hopefully they're not watching this video.
No, they don't. They even don't know who I am. So
yes.
So
I've also said that the day when we have fully removed, I never want to say his name, the day we have removed him from power is the day I'm returning my British passport and I'm leaving the UK for good.
Yeah.
This is because there will not be any. That day when it comes, we have to all pack our bags and go, because the nation is a young nation. It will need all the experiences, all the expertise that we've collected over the years, and it will be needed for us to build our country the way it should be. You've got a lot of young engineers, you've got a lot of nurses, doctors, you name it. I think it's 3 o'clock. It's time for our 1 minute silence for our comrades. Please take over, Comrade Dorcas.
Thank you. On our brothers and sisters that the dictator has murdered on the 18th and 19th of 2020 November, this Black November. Yes, we were hearing a submission from Mr. Kato. Shortly after that, we'll have Freddie. And also, we should be able to speak a little bit more on the Middle East, because so many of our brothers and sisters have been trafficked to the Middle East, and we shouldn't forget them. So we will have somebody in the Middle East talk to us, perhaps a mix of Luganda and English to make it interesting. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Kato, please finish off your submission. Thank you.
Yeah, I was reading a message from typing error who said, I think you're done, comrade. So I think because I was telling them I've lied already, so I'm finished, but never mind. But all these things, we are doing it for the liberation of our country. We want a country that is free from fear, a country where you can sell your maize without worrying about somebody's going to kill you or rob you, a country where democratic values, actually the power belongs to the people. The people make voice, and that is what one of the things that James is talking about is that because some of these people were put there by guns, so they don't have allegiance. They don't think they have to account to the people. They know they will go back automatically, regardless of what. So for them, they don't think about the future. They don't think about, but one day they will realize that people are very important. People are the bosses, and that is what we need to instill in every individual Ugandans, one way or the other, to say they are the power. They can choose. And we see it happening here. We have been crying all along now. During our time, we have changed about 3 home offices. And each time we speak and we cast them, they are gone. They are gone. So we are going to be the curse of Uganda. God is listening. I know Dr. James says God is not listening to him, but God does listen. He listens to your prayer even more and your cry more. And the time is coming. And when it comes, it will come like a storm. And there will be a liberation of our country. I say this for God and my country. For those who can't make it, I'll see you on Wednesday, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Kato. And I think there's somewhere in a scripture where they say there's a lion sleeping. Is it in Judas? Comrade Kato?
I need to find that one. I need to find that one.
Yes, there's a lion sleeping in Judas, and who will wake him? That lion represents the Ugandan people, and we're here to awaken the Ugandan people. Nice to see you, Comrade Tina Mirembe. We've got Typing Error, nice to see you. Tumusime, anybody wants to speak to us? Comrade Fred in Subuga, nice to see you. The floor is yours.
Hey, sorry.
Go on.
What was the verse again? What was the scripture?
A lion sleeping in Judas.
Okay, I'll find it. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Thank you, my brother, for this wonderful opportunity. Again, today on Uganda is Leading, another edition. Desmond, thank you so much for your submission and the rest. Dr. James, you came in first. And many others. Lucas, thank you so much also for being there all the time. Actually, we appreciate all the efforts you've devoted towards the struggle, and the struggle continue. I'm not feeling better, as you see my eye is swelling. I have an allergy, but I'll not hesitate to say something as far as concerning the state of our country is concerned, political, social, and economical. I look at the political part of it, and mine will go to the parliamentary front. I think this time around, members of parliament, they are trying to do what we've been demanding them to do all along. We told them there is nothing good in that parliament apart from transacting business. We've seen many people in parliament even failing to raise issues that are general. We have so many brothers and sisters that are being kidnapped, those who lost their lives during the campaign trail. Up to date, the dictator is still picking up our brothers and sisters. I think it is the high time the parliamentary front to double the efforts to mount pressure on parliament. I heard of Anita Monk scaring them that if you don't come back in parliament, we are going to throw you out. And I think that is stupidity, because it is not Anita Monk who elected them to come in that house. And we're not going to tolerate all the nonsense that is done in parliament after people being compromised. Then you come out and try to threaten MPs because they are talking about the truth. If they are demanding the lost people, the likes of Kibalama, the dead people, who is Anita Among to block them? Who is she? So I think members of parliament should continue pushing on that, and that front is very paramount. Then as well, I would like to call upon the NOP leadership, including the national.
Comrade Insubuga. Just to add on to what Comrade Insubuga was saying, so yes, the Speaker of Parliament does not have any power in the Constitution, rules of Parliament, or administration of the Parliament Act to remove any member of Parliament. This was written by Nicholas Opio on Twitter when the question was put up to him if the Speaker has any powers to remove the members from Parliament. So in order for this to happen, the power needs to come from the whole house, basically, and the rules of privileges also needs to come in before they can do something like that. Comrade Kato, sorry, when I read through the lion sleeping in Judas, it is not in the Bible. Sorry, I think it was it's just a saying.
No, you're right. It's there.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is Numbers. Actually, I was going to put it in the chat.
Okay,
It's Numbers 24. Okay. 24:9. It's saying, lying down has slept as a lion, and as a lioness, whom none shall dare to rouse. He that blesses thee shall also himself be blessed. He that curses, he'll also be cursed. So there we are. I was just going to put it in the proper English. So I'm putting it on the nest. So
thank you very much, Comrade Dikaton.
You're welcome.
Comrade Florence, nice to see you. Comrade, go on.
Okay, thanks. Thank you so much, Comrade. I actually, sorry, were you passing out the mic? Because I missed something. I was about to pass the mic to someone. Were you passing the mic on?
Yes, I was going to ask Comrade typing error to unmute themselves.
Just a minute, typing error before you speak. I sort of wanted people to see that tweet before our comrade comes on.
Yes.
Apologies, I'm trying to find it. I don't know how my tab.
Is that the tweet of Opio, or is that like a different tweet?
We've been putting out some
yes.
Tweets on the Middle East, and
once you find that, I would like to tell you a story that my missus told me the other day about something that happened in the Middle East. So she was saying that she watched a video of like there's a Ugandan lady who went to work in the Middle East, and in the house where she was working, the owner or the family, the host family, the woman of the house prepared a drink for her. And she said, oh, this is your, like a glass of Fanta, this is yours, please make sure you drink it. And like this Ugandan lady was a bit suspicious why this woman is insisting that she drinks this drink. And so when the lady of the house left, this Ugandan lady did not drink that drink. She drank the other drink, and then she gave this drink to the young boy. And then the young boy ended up drinking that drink, and he died, apparently. Did anybody hear that story?
Yes, we did actually hear about that. And she's that lady was part of the group as well. And of course, it was so hard and painful for her to disclose, you know, that she'd given the drink to the child. Yeah, so there's so much injustice.
So what happened? Was there a poison in the drink or something like that? Or
certainly, most of the time, these guys, I don't know if they're employed by the dictator himself, Dictator Museveni, because our sisters are subjected to harsh working conditions. They are tortured, they're beaten, they're raped, they're denied food, you know, and then they're hardly paid. If they're paid, the pay does not even match the work they do. They work over 18 hours. One individual working for 20 hours, you know, before they've even gotten an hour's sleep. They're woken up to go do the next chore or next duty. So our sisters, that is why I'm sharing my screen, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we need to visit the UAE embassy one day to go and take the names of these people, and maybe we could go their embassy in London. We could pay a visit one day there, and then we do a demonstration outside there, because maybe they're not fully aware of what is actually going on. But yes, Comrade Dorcas, please go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm sharing a Twitter page for all those that have got your gadgets. Remember, this is a protest. Please get your gadgets, go to the tweets. We put out tweets the other day and yesterday. Of course, it says November 23rd. This lady tweeted. So we are saying, how is she? Of course, this is among Betty that we are talking about, Minister of Gender, Labor and Social Development in Uganda. So these are the people responsible for the human trafficking. We call it human trafficking because there is no job where you go work and you're tortured, you're beaten, you're denied food, you're hardly paid. That is human trafficking. So many of our brothers and sisters are in illegal detention. As we speak, Comrade Joe is not on this call today, but of course would like to appreciate him for all the work that he continues to do. We work with a huge group and we continue to advocate for our brothers and sisters that are sent off to the Middle East. Most of them, the employers confiscate their documents and their passports and all valuables and subject them to torture. So that is human trafficking, ladies and gentlemen.
They actually sold on the market. There's also some website where like they're being sold from one family to the next.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And also they are auctioned, you know, like the way you auction a table or an item. So there's so much that is happening that perhaps will be a chat for a different day. And to highlight this, we do work on so many cases, and one of the comrades in the Middle East perhaps should unmute and speak to us. But as he does that, comrades, go to the page. It is at Stand Up Uganda. There's so many tweets on there, and you should be able to amplify sound. But that particular tweet, actually, I was saying that they've done this before. So they are at it again, you know, the Ministry of Labor. So she is claiming they are going to sign a new bilateral labor agreement. And we are saying, include the workers. How do you sign or negotiate without the workers? I think Dr. James talked about this, you know. So this particular response is saying signing labor agreements without addressing the harsh realities faced by Ugandan workers. Torture, rape, insufficient pay, and poor working conditions. We must discuss, you know, that human trafficking situation at hand. We're saying we must free Ugandans. The hashtag is free UG girls, and of course tagging different people. So let's highlight, these guys cannot pretend to address the problems that Ugandans are facing. They haven't even been able to repatriate all the Ugandans. I remember Excellence, Mr. Chagulanyi helped, and he actually joined the campaign. He did put out numbers, and people contributed. So some people were repatriated, but there's so many people still in detention in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Dubai. There's so many people in detention centers, and all they need is a flight back home. You know, the dictator is busy flying around dead bodies or people sick going for treatment and unable to return these stranded individuals. So let's speak about them. Comrade
Joe,
it's good we have Comrade Joe here.
And also I would like to say there's a link which has been also shared in a chat. Let me see what it is. So yes, a petition to demand for Kibalama John Bosco. If you click that link, please, so far 580 people have signed it. Please make sure you share it with your family and friends. We're trying to get it to 1,000 signatures. Yes, Comrade Joe, nice to see you. Please unmute and speak to us.
Sorry, just a minute before Joe. I think we had a typing error, and then we'll have Joe so that he can summarize it up. So typing error will speak from experience, and it would be nice for you, Mr., to mix a little with Luganda for people on ground to actually get the message. Yes, Mr. Joe, please hold your horses. Typing Joe. Typing error. I'm calling him Typing Joe. Baptized you with another name. Yes, typing error. Tell us where you're joining us from. Please speak to us. And also you can share your video if you're confident. If you're not, don't worry.
Yes, hello comrades. How are you? Hope everyone is fine. Hello, Mr. Joe. Hello, Tina. Hello, Dorcas, Florence, everyone. Hope everyone is fine.
Are you able to share your video? Or if you're not comfortable, let me know.
I'm not comfortable.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
Don't worry, we'll put something on the screen. Please speak to us. Where are you joining us from? Do speak to us.
Yeah, I'm in Turkey. Yeah, I'm in Turkey where I'm always doing my jobs and my struggle always on this side of Turkey. Today, I was making a research on IDs for students ID. Omanyi waliwo abaana candidates from senior and senior 4 they were meant to be to register their national IDs this year. Naye waliwo mukwano gwange omu aina omwana we yamubuuzizza ku national ID ye oba zafulumye. Naye omwana excuse gyawadde muzadde we nti bo abaregisteringa 3 months back tebanabafuna ID zaabwe. Naye balinamu student bannaabwe foreigners Abanyarwanda bo ezaabwe bazifunye within 1 month. Imagine ebintu ng'ebyo otuvaayo ne tubyogerako abantu abamu bagamba nti tusiga obukyayi mu government. But if you are a parent and you go n'okuba ekifaananyi emabega kiki what is behind that okuba nti abaana bannayuganda tebasobola kufuna ID zaabwe within 3 months but a foreigner, imagine a foreigner.
Yes, sorry brother, my brother typing error. Actually yes, nchimanyi tuina so many injustices to speak about, but also please can you speak on the Middle East, because tuina so many cases there and I wanted you to amplify on the Middle East and then we'll talk about the other injustices as well. Thank you.
Okay. So, IDs Chiria Westcho, you guys, you have to think about it.
We shall amplify that, yes, comrade.
For the case of Middle East, as you know, always twina cases nyingi nnyo naye kyenjagala ennyo okusaba ba comrades ffenna mu nsonga zino eza Middle East, we need numbers. Mr. Ismaili, Mr. Kato, you guys, we need you on board kubanga ensonga eya Middle East yeetaga numbers and yeetaaga abantu abali strong kubanga bannyinaffe bano betulwanirira balina weakness emu nti they fear kubanga bali mwezi ensi okitegeera. So batya okuba trackinga abamu balinamu fear because oli abanga azeeyo agenza okukola atya bakame banamuzaayo banamusibira eyo banamutta kwegamba. Ensonga eyo ne tuba nga twetaaga ba comrades abali determined okuyimirawo n'abo abaana naye mostly twetaaga numbers tubeetaaga mujje mutujoininge so fakati tulinawo cases like four cases from Syria waliyo ba sister baffe bebakukusa. Imagine from Dubai ne babatwala Syria nti bagenda kukola ne baba promisinga mugenda funa $10,000 per month what naye ne ba ending up nga babatutte Syria okitegeera. So diiru eyo erimu ba agent from Uganda bakima abaana nga babatwala Dubai. Kati wotuuka Dubai they make sure that obeera mu overstay ne weetamwa emirimu negibula then bo eno behind nga bali mu kuluka diiru eno Syria. So far tiimu yaffe ne bannaffe betukola nabo like ffenna bwe tuyimira ewamu mu nsonga zino ba Mr. Jo, Madam Dokasi n'abalala on board tugezezaako sofa okununula bannyinaffe babiri sofa bo bali Uganda naye lubadde lutalo nga luzibu nnyo kuba Syria yante kirala nnyo okusinga ate Saudi. Syria kirala nnyo okusinga Saudi. Imagine tetulinayo consulate mu Syria, teriyo even zino embassies eza Africa. Only twafunayo emu yokka South Africa. So
and it's a war zone as well.
Yeah.
Waliyo
n'olutalo. Imagine nenga agent asobola okukwata munnayuganda munne n'amusindika mu ensi. Kitegeera. So kati sofa tukyasigazayo bakomezi baffe bannayuganda babiri naye bali ku deportation naye era still keesi emu ey'omuwala omu twetaaga numbers kubanga ababasiria bazibu nnyo beetaaga okuba arasinga okuba abusinga okukola everything. Ate kasita balabanga like abantu babalumbalumba nnyo nga batya olwo nga baba omwana tiketi nga addeeka naye omwana omusofa agenda mu mwaka mulamba ali awo ku deportation bamusibirawo tebanyega okitegeera. So that's why mbakoowoola mujje mutweyungeko okulwanyira abaana abo. Kayatera sofa tulinayo eye Saudi omwana mulwadde nga wokiwulira olutalo tugenda mu wiiki namba company Uganda eremeddwa okuta omwana bateekawo obukwakkulizo bagala $, simanya 1,000. Imagine naye nga abaana bano babasindika eyo nga abaana bagenda ku zi company ezo ne basasula sente. They pay a lot of money. Naye ne bali ababagula nabo they claim that they pay money, a lot of money. So omwana bw'aba afunye obuzibu
kyusa n'oluguudo baalikyusako ne balituuma Guy gwe baatemula. So naffe tubatwalire Abannayuganda be batemudde. Thank you very much, Comrade Typing Error. I will now pass the mic on to Comrade Joe. Please, Comrade Joe, unmute and speak to us.
Uganda yaffe olemwa embeera gye tulimu ng'eggwanga etiisa ya miranga na biwoobe. Buli omu buli gyali gyakaabira, buli omu buli gyali gyasindira kubanga ebigambo byasoba dda. Ebigambo eggwanga lyaffe litambula kifuula nnenge. Eggwanga lyaffe liri ku bikukujju olwa General Museveni okuba nti buli kimu akikozesanga ye bw'ayagala era eggwanga lyaffe yalivuganga bw'ayagala. Abannayuganda buli omu ali mu nsi ye yeebuuza ebibuuzo. Ekibbattaka kyekibbattaka, ekitta bantu kyekitta bantu, ekiwamba bantu kyekiwamba bantu, ekitulugunya kyekitulugunya bantu. Ne bannaffe abatwalibwa eyo ku mawanga g'Abawalabu nga bawagambye nti eriyo emirimu so nga ate teri abamu nga batutte basaddaaka kubajja mu organize zaabwe bangi kwegamba Uganda eringa ensi ddala eyalemwa. Abakulembeze tebafaayo ku bannayuganda bye balina okukuuma. Baalayira okukuuma bannayuganda n'ebyabwe naye tebasobola kukuuma munnayuganda ate bamulyamu bulya nsimbi zezo abantu be batwala mu ddala w'amayanja ne babajja mu organize zaabwe. Kyannaku kibi nnyo, tulumwa tukaaba olw'ensi yaffe okuba ng'etambula bwetyo. Kale mbaagala nnyo mwenna abaliko Mukama tunasaba bankuumire tujja kuba tuddamu twogera ebigambo bataayi mweraba.